I have my window open, and everybody's going to deal with it.
Me too.
Okay?
Yeah.
Great. It's been beautiful weather. Don't talk to me.
Yeah. Did you get any
Don't talk to
hurricane stuff?
Don't talk to me.
Oh. Ben, could you ask Erin if she got any hurricane stuff?
Erin, did you get any hurricane stuff? Whatever that means.
Kinda dropped off all the things I love. Like I need a traffic jam to keep in touch. I can't focus on the words unless my hands are busy. I can't give up on the world or I will leave this city. And it's way too broad what I'm trying to say, but I write it down and let it go. And it's hard to know all the words I need to explain my heart in a single note.
Hello, and welcome to Way Too Broad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculously excited grown-ups.
And aliens.
My voice just cracked. What happened?
And aliens.
And aliens. Oh, okay. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Erin, are you saying you're an alien?
No, I'm saying Ben is. That's why he was gurgling.
Oh. Hi, Ben.
Duh.
Cool. Yes, we're back here. Another week.
Right, professionals are back. Your favorite pros are back in action, bringing you quality podcast recordings.
That's right.
The most professional quality.
Yes, and it's a Silly Friday edition of Way Too Broad, and we're all drinking, I think. So why don't we jump right into what are we drinking with Ben?
Ben.
I have 2 ice waters and a Guinness.
Nice.
A Guinness.
A Guinness.
What's your weenus? Where's
It's
that?
the elbow. Your elbow.
That's right.
Majig.
Elbow
your
skin?
elbow skin.
Weird.
Your weenus.
My weenus has psoriasis.
I think mine might. It's like bumpy and itchy all the time.
Yeah.
I have a big weenus that I can pull really far away.
Whoa, listener, he's pulling it down like, what does that look like?
An earlobe, but like a big one.
A giant earlobe, yeah.
Giant earlobe. Congrats, Ben.
Okay, speaking of earlobes, the other day, I was trying to point out to KYLIE that I have like very prominently detached earlobes. Because you know that's the thing, you can have like detached or attached.
Yeah.
And she was like, she kept trying to tell me like, well, detached is a bad word because they're not like, they're still attached to your head. And I was like, of course they're attached to my fucking head. But like, there's a little bit, there's like a little tab here where they're not.
They're attached to your ear. They're not necessarily attached to your head.
Wait, so are mine also detached?
Yeah, mine are detached.
We're all family.
Here, hold on. I'll move mine close to the...
I'm going to take a
away
picture.
from the microphone.
It's a highly visual joke, everybody. Just take our words for it. His earlobe doesn't look as much like an earlobe as his weenus. Yeah, KYLIE can suck it.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say. KYLIE can suck it. You can put that on record.
But I know what she means because I've always, like, at least by feel, I've always been confused about whether I have detached or attached earlobes for that specific reason.
But it was
it's still attached
you need
to
to
you.
look. You need to look it up.
I think it was a very frustrating conversation for me because she was like arguing with the common word that everyone uses for it and like trying to tell me that mine weren't detached. And I was like, no, these are what people call detached earlobes, whether you agree with the terminology or not. And so it ended up being like a weird, like we were arguing about different things and kind of talking past each other.
Wow.
Oh,
Apparently being detached is dominant.
But it was fun.
Oh, there you go.
But it was fun. We got through it. We went through that storm.
Good. I'm so glad.
Wow, and you're all the stronger for it. You really listen to one another with your respective earlobes.
That's... I don't know. I think that's what they're for. I think they're for holding earrings exclusively. And that's what we evolved them for. So
The little pads and the little sound kind of boops off of them. Just the little pads. The low sounds. The sounds that go towards your neck. It kind of bounces it up a little bit and into your ear. It's science. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow. I never knew. Do you want to know what I'm drinking?
Yes.
I got lime spindy. Delicious.
Water.
Delicious water. And I have a glass of sake. This is...
Excuse me, madam, you have a goblet of sake.
I have a goblet of sake. Yeah. I have an opalescent goblet full of
very
unfiltered
cloudy
sake. Yeah, it's...
I love a cloudy sake. You know what we did the other night, Hannah? It was Molly's birthday. Shout out. I'm just such a bad wife.
Birthday.
Last podcast, I should have been like, shout out to Molly. This comes out on her birthday. And we listened to it on her birthday, and I didn't do that. Can you believe it?
We
that
recorded so early last week, though. Like, that's the thing.
know. Thank you.
Yeah. If we had done it on a Friday, you would have done it.
I know. I would have been a fool to not to have. And I am a fool not to have. But we did, you know what we did on Sunday night was we got really nice takeout, including 3 bottles of sake and did like sake flight. In related news, I didn't feel good the next day.
Yeah, it's strong. Well, it's like it's like wine strength.
It's wine.
Yeah, wine. It's delicious. I love sake.
What's the brand of sake you got there?
Oh God, I was just looking at it. Ian, what's the name of the brand of sake? Do you remember? He said, I don't remember manufacturing, but I don't think that's it. He's going to get it for me.
Excellent.
I should have just brought the bottle up. It's just it's in a little pink bottle, and we actually got it at the corner store, like just down the road. But it's really, really nice to drink cold. It's like very sweet and fruity.
You mean the liquor store?
No, actually, I think it was from
Snow Maiden?
little grocery store.
Hold on, you have like a liquor store.
No, it's not that one. I've had that one though.
That is like an all-purpose corner store, also with a deli in it, and you went to a different corner store to get your sake.
Where'd you get this, Ian? Is it the grocery store or the liquor store? Oh, okay. It was the liquor store. Sorry.
Oh, what's that called?
There's another pink bottle. It's Sayuri is the name of the brand, and it's a nigiri sake.
That is so cute.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I think that's one of the joys is that some of the sakes have such beautiful labels.
We keep some of them.
I don't know that I haven't really had a ton of sake.
When it hits, it hits.
Yeah, when it hits, it hits.
We don't drink a lot.
I think this is less a thing than it used to be with sake, but I feel like for a lot of years, most people who had tried it had it hot at hibachi restaurants, and that's not good. That's the worst possible sake. Like that stuff is the reason they serve it hot is so you can't taste it as much because it's just bad. Yeah. It's like the equivalent of drinking cooking wine and thinking you've had wine.
Also, I mean, some sake is meant to be served hot.
Yes, but a lot of it is actually some of them are meant to be served cold, some of them are meant to be served at room temperature. But I'm just saying, like, the stuff that most people have tried, if they had it at a hibachi restaurant, is garbage, and you haven't tried sake, is all I'm saying.
Well, they have. We don't drink much, says the guy, absolutely sipping a beer over there.
Absolutely sipping.
Absolutely sipping.
Absolutely responsibly enjoying a beer.
You fucking nerd. It says to enjoy responsibly on the label. Who follows labels? Nerds.
To give you an idea, I bought this beer, the 6-pack that it came in, I think a month ago. And there are still 2 others after this left in the fridge.
Cool. He's going to absolutely sip those right after this.
Absolutely sip those. I'm going to drink those so slowly. I'm going to get such a slight buzz, dude. Oh my God.
Plus, a Guinness is so low ABV. Look at that. Tell me that's a 4.0 up in there.
Where is it?
For a Guinness.
Tell me how much alcohol you have by volume with a percentage, please. Where the fuck is it?
It's so low, it's like they don't need to. They're like, don't print it. Don't worry about it.
Wait, this
don't worry about it.
It's kombucha.
Calorie information.
Yeah, because it's Guinness soda. You've been punked.
Isn't it weird that beer doesn't have to have that?
It doesn't have to have it?
No.
Most beer won't have nutrition facts because it's regulated differently from like food and beverages.
Totally. Alcohol doesn't need that shit.
But
this actually doesn't have the ABV on it.
Guinness ABV. We're going to turn to the internet. 4.2.
It's Guinness Draft Stout.
Before we walk away from the sake conversation completely, I do just want to say that I want to put in a plug for trying unfiltered sake. It's my favorite. It's Erin's favorite. It's not Ian's favorite, but I just feel like having like all that nice, like it's like rice particles basically in there, like really allows for like a lot of different types of flavors to bloom, and I just think it's great.
It's delicious. 4.2 for that Guinness.
Oh, you were so close.
What did you say?
Was 4.0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. You're great.
Wow. Thanks.
Good job.
Wow. Wow. That's like the most heartfelt compliment Ben's ever given me. Over Guinness alcohol percentage. That's really beautiful. You're great. I just want to say I love you.
Ben is trying to swallow his water. Okay.
I got it.
Ben from hydrating.
Erin, what are you drinking?
Yeah, I forgot. So I'm drinking water, of course, but I'm drinking. A while back, I brought that. There was like a canned painkiller. It's like a 5% from one of the breweries here, and I've added spiced rum to it.
Oh,
and it's quite delicious. Because I was like, oh, I would use this as a mixer, like actually make it into a painkiller. And so I made one with half the can, and Molly took a sip, and she had me make her one. So that's what I'm having. She's somewhere in the house drinking the same thing. Shout out to Molly.
Shout out. Happy birthday.
She'll have what she's having, am I right?
That's exactly right.
Wow, so nice.
That's nice.
I have an up front.
What's
What?
up?
What is it?
Erin, I've been playing your dots.
Yo, what do you think?
Dots.
Any thoughts or just dots?
I do have a thought about dots, weirdly.
Okay. Which one are you playing?
I'm playing both. I'm doing the Molly method.
Yeah, that's Molly's way.
Yeah, I'm doing it Molly's way. I'm playing Dots & Co. and also Two Dots. And I've played Two Dots before, and something that playing again is reminding me of is how much of a fucking scam these games kind of are.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, there's just like it's like there's a lot of levels that are like pee pee poo poo dum dum head stupid. Like, don't, like, and, like
yeah, I love this.
like you're insulting my intelligence by making me think I could ever not solve this. And then there are levels that you have the slimmest chance in hell of ever getting by unless you spend money on like power-ups and stuff. I do kind of prefer that to like the way that Solitaire app went, where it suddenly popped ads up every time you won a game or whatever. Like, I'd kind of rather have them keep on trying to scam me, but I did if you tell me that you've never spent at least 99 cents on that game, I will be really impressed.
I've spent 99 cents on that game.
Okay.
And the context is like most of the time I use the paywall as like a limiting factor. Like, oh, boo, I run out of lives and they're not giving me infinite lives. But like that example I gave where it was like a Saturday, I was like, I could spend 99 cents or maybe $1.99 to get 4 hours of unlimited life. And that's like such a deal for me right now. Like, that's great entertainment. That's exactly what I want to do.
That's exactly where your priorities are. Yeah.
Yes.
I for me, it was this. Do you play the daily? There's like daily challenges that are like summit games where basically
ticket.
Yes, you have like a certain number of tickets that, to like go do these like daily challenges, right? And for Ben, like there's usually like 5 levels to them, and you. There's a siren. Hold on a second.
It's fine. We can't hear it.
I can.
I probably can hear it.
I absolutely can hear it.
I was sorry. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
Wow, sorry. Yeah, what? Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the siren. What did you say? I couldn't hear that.
It's the opposite.
Oh, fuck. I couldn't not hear you because of the not siren.
Wow. Good. Thank you. I feel relieved. So
I heard you better.
You were actually clearer in that moment.
Yeah, I should have done the whole podcast in that moment. So you have like 5 levels, and you're going up like a little path, and you're doing the levels, right? And they get progressively harder as you go up. And also,
what? You're probably going to say this, sorry.
Oh, also...
If you miss one...
Yeah, if you lose on one just once, then you have to go all the way back to the beginning. So, like, I was doing a really good job, much better than I recall doing last time, at not spending any money in this game. Having the 2 apps really helps. But when I spent, like, fucking probably in total, like, an hour of my day today, like, getting up the summit, and I knew I could finish the last one in 5 additional moves, which is what you would get for your 99 cents. I absolutely did spend it because I was not about to let that opportunity go to waste. So I got scammed, and I just wanted to bring that as an upfront. Just
no judgment.
Yeah.
I think my diagnosis, though, is you're having too many thoughts, and it needs to be no thoughts, just dots. I think the opportunity I see in those daily challenges are that they don't take away from your other lives.
Yeah.
So those are, like, bonus. So I just enjoy those as, like, a chance to play dots. I don't really give a fuck about my progress. But, you know, that's a different emotional space. And I don't knock you for not being in that same emotional space.
And I'm in my, like, as the TikTok teens would say, I'm in my, like, big whining person era. Because even my obsession this week, you'll see, is extremely whining centric. So we'll get to that. You know, in a fun way, not in a, like, you know, things that are actually going on sort of way. So
your kind of theme is, like, get off my lawn.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, like all your stupid phone games are draining your bank accounts and ruining your minds, and everything that people like is stupid. And yeah, that's kind of my vibe.
Absolutely. Great.
Love it.
Yeah.
Listen, if it doesn't serve you, then it doesn't serve you. Oh, I would like to shout out, this is a shout out maybe to you, Hannah, but Sarah listened to the podcast. My best friend Sarah. And friend of ours, us all except Ben, but would be if, you know, whatever. Listened to the pod last week. You know, a rare occurrence. She exclaimed herself. But that day we were talking about something else, and or we were talking about something similar of the dots game, and she was like, "Should I do this thing? I shouldn't do this thing." Well, life is long and we forget so much of it, so maybe I will. So I want to know you're starting a revolution.
Oh, I love that.
Thanks for listening to this life advice podcast.
Life is long and we forget so much of it.
Yeah, it's really true. Of all the people that I could have, like, put words into their mouth through this podcast, I'm so proud that it was Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an honor.
Yeah. She thinks carefully. I almost said she thinks thoughtfully about what she says. I don't, but she does.
I love it. Yeah, I definitely relate to that. I think Sarah spends a lot of time thinking. And so when you say something that is a novel thought for her, that's something to be proud of.
I do have another up front, but I can't really show it because it's kind of a bra, but I got...
That is like the last thing I expected you to say. It's kind of a bra.
It's kind of a bra. I got something, you guys should just Google it. It's called Tata towels. And I'm wearing it right now.
Is it warm?
No, it's like, okay, I don't know how, I mean, Ben probably won't relate to this, but for me, ever since I've been not in social situations where I need to wear a bra, I spent a lot of time with my shirt tucked under my boobs because of boob sweat. Like, I just don't want to deal with boob sweat.
Ben probably won't relate.
Yeah, probably.
And like when I'm laying on my side, I put my shirt between my boobs so that I don't get they don't sweat that way. And so like this kind of solves all those problems in a creative way. Although I will say I just got it today. It's, you know, it has that issue that like halter tops have where it kind of does pull on your neck.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah,
but you can manage it to some degree because it has like a tensioning thing in the back. So if you make it like less tensioned, then it also helps with the pressure on your neck. But yeah, it stays in place. It's nice. It's like I say it's kind of a bra because like it's not a bra, but I still don't want to like show it to my whole family. So. And that's what you guys are.
Yeah, the whole family.
So
you're all the family I got.
But no, you can probably get ones that are supposed to be warm, but this one's sort of supposed to be more like cooling and sweat wicking. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Ah, well, cool.
So check it out.
All right. Shout out.
Not a paid sponsorship.
But you can become a to.when ambassador just on their website.
I have seen that, but I'm not planning on doing it because I'm suspicious of it. So,
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So, should we pop in? I did check the email. There weren't any.
Yep.
Then yes, of course.
Oh, my Paranisi hold on in the library is it's up. It's in. It's there, and I need to go pick it up.
Great.
I don't know how to say this, but I need to go pick up my checkout from the library. My hold in the library. Like, I literally don't know how to say it.
It's being held.
Wouldn't that be great if you like do know how to phrase something, but it's like not sensitive, and you're like, I don't know how to say this, but I need to pick up my checkout from the library? How do I say that?
You just walk into an establishment where you don't know like who you need to talk to, and you're like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but
That's like a more fun way of to whom it may concern.
Yeah.
Starting a letter with, I don't know who needs to hear this, but
Oh my god, I love that. That's like my favorite thing I've ever heard.
Wow.
Can you still? Okay, wait. I just accidentally hit the cord for my mic, so I was worried for a second that it would disconnect, but Audacity seems to be fine.
Do you
I think
want?
we're
good.
What do you want from me?
All right, good. I don't know who needs to hear this, but we might need to pause.
No, we're good. We're good.
I don't need to pause. Looks concerned.
Squeaks!
Yeah, Squeaks is here. She's
making a scene.
She's really moving about quite a bit.
Call us if you think of any more of those phrases where you that have negative connotation, but you could apply in everyday scenarios. I want to build this collection. I think it's brilliant.
Are you keeping a list? Is that what you were just typing?
I probably should.
You should keep a list.
What am I, a fucking note taker? I'll take a note.
What was I about to say though?
What was I about to say?
I don't know. I just don't know. All right, let's pop in. Ben, what you got?
I'm first. Mm-hmm. All right. It's not a strong obsession week for me, but I do have a musician I've been enjoying a lot recently, and she's a very popular musician who you both know, I'm sure, Phoebe Bridgers.
Oh.
I've never really listened to her, honestly.
You know, I hadn't really either. KYLIE listens to her and the rest of boygenius. She listens to a lot of Lucy Dacus and Phoebe Bridgers and Julian Baker, and then also their album and their group together, boygenius. And I forget if I talked about Lucy Dacus.
We talked about it after pod one time.
Oh, okay. Well, I also really enjoy Lucy Dacus, and she has a great Tiny Desk concert that came out recently. But Phoebe Bridgers is someone who KYLIE's really liked for a while, and I always would forget that her song Motion Sickness was Phoebe Bridgers. I knew that song, and I think it's like probably her most famous song. And I was like, oh wait, this is Phoebe Bridgers? It's not what I imagined her sounding like. And I'd like seen her on a couple of, I don't know, it was like, I feel like I'd get like stuff recommended me on YouTube of like interviews of her where she just like seemed really cool. Like she was on Z-Way and was really funny. And then
oh yeah, she's got her own show now, right? Because it was like on YouTube for a while. Yeah, not Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah, she's got
Z-Way.
Oh.
Yeah, she's got her own show. But it's like the same kind of
it's still like interviews. Making white people uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I've never actually watched a full interview of hers, but every clip I see is just like incredible.
Yeah, she's great. But what finally made me like, I really should listen to more Phoebe Bridgers was that she was on Comedy Bang Bang this week. Just felt like the universe was putting Phoebe Bridgers in my face a lot. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll listen to her. And I really enjoy her music, although I was talking to KYLIE about it, and it's like, as I'm going through her albums, this sounds like a criticism, but isn't. It's kind of samey. Like, a lot of the songs sound very similar. with like a couple of standouts like Motion Sickness and Kyoto that like really slap and are like significantly more up tempo than a lot of her other music. But Kylie and I both agreed that like I wasn't listening to the album like wanting every song to be a banger. I was just sort of like enjoying the whole continuous vibe of the album. So we both agreed Phoebe Bridgers is just kind of a vibe musician that we like. She's great for listening to while you're working because it kind of just all like smoothly goes together. And I do think she's a great lyricist. And like if you do pay attention and listen, like they're really well written songs. But you can also just kind of like soak them in while you're doing other stuff. Yeah, they're really good. I haven't really, so I've listened to her like 2 studio albums a couple times this week, which are Punisher was the one last year, and then Stranger in the Alps is the other one. That's what Motion Sickness is from. I haven't really listened to some of her other like EPs and such, or boygenius, or she also has a project with Connor Oberst from Bright Eyes called Better Oblivion Community Center, which I haven't really fucked with yet.
They have a good Tiny Desk too.
Oh, those two? Or boygenius? Boygenius also does, actually.
Yeah. But also Better Oblivion Community Center.
It's a stupid name. It's a stupid name.
What is it?
Better Oblivion Community Center. Yeah.
Huh.
She talked about how it was stupid on Comedy Bang Bang. It was really funny.
Can I say something real quick? I just got a really confusing message from Google Meet. This alert that said, your audio setup is causing an echo. Click here to troubleshoot. And I was like, there's no way. Because it doesn't like it because I use my mic, from my nice mic, but then my AirPods. But I'm like, there's no fucking way it can be causing an echo because my audio isn't playing out loud. But then I realized what happened directly before that is I went, and right after that, Hannah made a similar sound, and I think it picked up on that and thought it was my echoing in her
weird
audio. Yeah, that's my guess.
Honestly,
anyway.
Sometimes when I'm editing, I have trouble telling your voice and my voice apart. So I can't imagine how the listeners feel.
Here, let's test it out again. I'm going to say and then you directly say
Okay. I don't think, I think because I'm laughing, our tones are different.
I really like how you took time to say K before the first one also.
K. K.
It's like, K.
Anyway, thank you for that tangent. That was funny.
Yeah, that's basically it.
I have a cue.
Phoebe Bridgers. Yeah.
I have a cue. Did you see the one song that she played on SNL?
No.
Oh, that was great.
Just one?
The one where she smashed the guitar?
Yeah.
She also talked about that in Comedy Bang Bang, and it's a very funny story about how everyone got really mad, and she something I didn't realize was like before she even went on Saturday Night Live, she like reached out to the company that made the guitar and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna smash this," and they were like, "Oh, that's really cool. We're gonna give you one to smash, but it's really hard to smash them. We've like tried." It's like a whole like. she was talking about how ridiculous those people thought that was like not planned.
Right. It was like a fake monitor. The whole crew knew. I just it made me so mad because I knew that there was backlash about it, and even in the YouTube comments it was like, you shouldn't have smashed a nice guitar. I'm like, okay, so a dude smashes a guitar and is like, that's so rock and roll.
Yeah.
But the moment a lady smashes a guitar, it's like, oh, she doesn't appreciate the instrument.
And she is a lady.
Yeah.
Huh?
She's a real lady.
Okay, Hannah.
Did I misspeak?
No.
Did I stutter?
No, it's just that
she's a real lady.
I just like the terminology. I just like it. I say that sometimes.
She's a lady.
When I'm accused of things sometimes.
Oh, she's a lady.
But yeah, you're right. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it was really cool.
It was so cool because she like screamed for like a long time and then smashed her guitar. It was great.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's also, I think what's interesting about her, she's got kind of a deep speaking voice, and then her singing voice is like kind of high and airy. And I'm just like, what?
Also, she was on Comedy Bang Bang to promote her upcoming tour. which is called The Reunion Tour because her first tour for her other album was called The Farewell Tour.
I like that.
Funny. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I feel like she has a reputation for writing very sad music. I feel like that's what I know about Phoebe Bridgers.
Yes. She does write pretty sad music. There's one song on, what's it called? Stranger in the Alps?
Yeah.
Called Funeral, which, as you could guess by the name,
I like
is a bit of a downer, but it's a good song.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
that's it.
I don't think I've heard this song.
I could use more work music. As you'll see, I feel like I've kind of run out of media to consume, so maybe that would be a good thing for me to do. Mm-hmm. Listen to Phoebe Bridgers.
What do you mean, you can see? What the fuck does that mean?
You will see. It's called foreshadowing.
Oh.
Look it up.
I see. Well, should we roll right into it?
You're next, aren't you?
Oh, yes, I am.
Explain your cryptic comment.
Well, I just got really bored of everything that was available I feel like especially YouTube. I've spent a lot of time watching YouTube in recent months, and I feel like I've watched all of them. All of it.
Did you watch the new ZFG 9-hour Max Random glitch? No logic?
No, it's
well, there's 9 hours of great content for you to watch.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I haven't actually watched every video on YouTube, but I've
What?
Fair enough.
But I wasn't finding anything, right? My YouTube algorithm's kind of fucked right now too, so the stuff it was serving me up was not serving me as a person. So I decided to check greener pastures, right? So I went to Netflix, which I actually haven't been on in a while, and I was looking at what was like trending, right? And I just decided I'd watch the thing that's like number one trending in the USA, which is a limited series, like 8-episode series called Clickbait. Have either of you watched this?
How fitting. You watched the thing called Clickbait after getting away from YouTube for a bit.
Yeah. So neither of you have seen this.
No.
Can I ask you, if I tell you you wouldn't like it, could I spoil all of it for both of you?
Yeah, as long as you drop a skip ahead in the notes for the listener.
Yeah. So let me do a.
Hannah, even if I would like it, I wouldn't care if you spoil it all for me.
You know what? Let me read you the Netflix elevator pitch, and just so people know like what it is, so they can decide if they want to skip ahead. And then we'll drop in the description a timestamp of where I stop doing spoilers. But just so you are an informed consumer of the episode. Hold on, please. Here is the description, the short description from Netflix. When family man Nick Brewer is abducted in a crime with a sinister online twist, those closest to him race to uncover who is behind it and why. So, if that sounds fun to you, look, a lot of people on Twitter really like it. So, don't let my opinion that I'm already telegraphing quite heavily ruin your potential good experience. Just check the description.
She loved it.
Just check the description and jump to the where we stop doing the spoilers. But I just need to bitch about it, and I need that to be my whole obsession. So
I'm here for you, bud. Lay it on us. Okay. Safe space.
All right. So the show is about a man played by Adrian Grenier named Nick Brewer. Well, it's kind of about him. It's kind of more about his family because he like dies within the first episode. But he
spoiler.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them. The writing's just not. I don't know if it's the writing. It seems like it's the writing, but like it seems like the writing's kind of bad. At least like towards the end, it was like they didn't know what to do, but they knew they needed a big twist, and like it's just. I'll get to it. So he's like going about his life, whatever, like leaves for work, and then the next time anybody sees him and his whole family is on a video on like some like this show's version of like 4chan or whatever, or YouTube even, but although they would take it down, but like it's like he looks all beaten up and he's like, I abuse women. He has like a sign that says I abuse women, and at 5 million views I die. That's like the first video. And then there's another video that comes up that says I killed a woman, and at 5 million views I die, or whatever. And then like he turns up dead after it, way beyond 5 million views. Like the story goes viral. the main action follows like his wife and his sister and his 2 kids and his coworkers and everybody trying to unravel how this happened and why this happened, and like at the very beginning, like whether or not it's even real or if it could be like something that is being faked. And like a lot of people, there's like some snippets of online discourse about people thinking that it's fake, which is fair enough. I think that would happen in a situation like this. I think that's kind of an interesting angle on it. I was kind of intrigued actually with that in the first episode too, because I thought they would kind of go that way, but that kind of disappears as the series goes on. My main frustration with it is more in the back half of it. Although I will say I was very much multitasking when I watched the first like 5 or 6 episodes. So there may be other things I could bitch about in the beginning, but I also...
When you say multitasking, what exactly do you mean?
I don't remember what I was doing, but I know that I was watching it on my phone. So I like had a headphone in and I had my phone off to the side. So I was mostly listening to it.
Was it Dots?
Excuse me. Was it Dots?
She was watching on her phone.
No, you can picture in Netflix. It probably was Dots for some amount of time.
No, would you watch a show like that?
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
Picture on your phone?
Yeah.
What did I say, Ben? I said this is a safe space. I said it was a safe space.
It's a safe space. I just have to express that I cannot understand how Hannah consumes content.
You know what someone said to me today?
Passively.
You know what someone said to me today? They didn't agree with something that I said. Mm-hmm. They didn't agree with something that I liked to do. And they said, I don't like that, but I celebrate that you like it. And I really thought that was beautiful. That was a beautiful way to
I don't even dislike it. I
something
just have
that
trouble,
I liked.
I have trouble understanding it as much as I celebrate Hannah for the way she enjoys it.
Hannah, we celebrate your picture-in-picture and on top of Dots.
Thank you. That is how I watch a lot of things. So various twists and turns occur. It comes out that, first of all, nobody in his life knows what this card was in reference to. His wife has no idea. She's never been abused by him. You see the story from a lot of people's perspectives in various episodes. So most of the time that people are not lying when they say things, or you find out when they are lying pretty quickly, right? So that she doesn't feel that there's any validity to the things on the cards. The police also have questions about that, which angers the family and whatever. So anyway, it comes out that his wife had an affair a while back. And so then all of a sudden this other woman shows up and she says she was in a relationship with Nick, but he had a different name. And she knows everything. Nick is the husband who died. She knows everything about his life. She knows he was married. She knows about his kids. She knows about like traumatic things from his childhood. They show clips of the two of them in bed together, like from her perspective, right? Like it's never put into question. This is going to spoil it for you, but it's never put into question whether or not these two people met in person, right? In the first, in these episodes where she's introduced. As the police start digging into his online situation, they find that he had actually dozens of different dating accounts and actually was speaking to many different women. And that's how they find the person who actually kidnapped him, because it's like the brother of a girl who killed herself because he said he didn't care if she killed herself. So that's how the I kill women thing happened, right? Is that they were messaging and he said this nasty thing and she went through with it. So they kidnapped him. And I was like, okay, well, whoops, turns out he's like a shitty dude. And then it shows an episode from the kidnapper's perspective, and it turns out somehow Nick convinced the kidnapper that the photos of him and his sister together were fake, and he actually let him go. So it wasn't even the kidnapper who killed Nick. And now
the that
plot
seems like
thickens.
An unnecessary twist.
And this is not even the last one. And then at the same time, like in that same episode where we find this out, or maybe the next one, the sister and the guy's son of the guy who died, they started investigating this angle of like, did any of these women meet Nick in person? And the police also ask this mistress, I think her name's Emma, did you and Nick ever meet in person? And she says, of course we did. And she says the same thing to the son. And she insists on saying, yes, we met in person. She doesn't waver for a second until the son plays her a recording of his dad's actual voice. And then she's like, oh, we never met in person. Like, she doesn't recognize the voice. That's bad writing. Why in the fucking world would she do that? Like, I've seen enough episodes of Catfish to know that's not how catfish behave. That's not how people who are being catfished behave. Like, especially if this person is murdered and nobody knows how. Like, the first thing you would want to do is create a little bit of distance. Like, and then why would you lie to the police about it? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
These writers need to do their homework and watch Catfish. I would also like to object to your use of the word mistress until you can supply me with the male equivalent of that term.
Good point.
Thank you.
Mister.
Wait, so she...
Continue.
She was claiming to be his... Okay, well, what word do we use now?
Watch your fucking language, Ben!
His girlfriend.
No, but I mean...
She was claiming to be his girlfriend.
But what word do we use...
What would you use if it were a man?
Is there a gender neutral term?
Boy toy.
No, I actually am asking. Is there a gender neutral term for that? Like the person that you're cheating on someone with?
No, there's only a term if it's a woman. There's no term if you're a man and you're cheating and you're...
Well, that's annoying.
So
Isn't it?
She was claiming to be his girlfriend.
You can create one.
She was claiming to be his girlfriend.
And let me just tell you, she had a whole episode devoted to her.
But she was being catfished?
She was being catfished, but she was telling...
And yet they had these, like, clips from her memory, supposedly, of the actual person?
Yes, and she was literally telling everyone in her life, including the police and the family of the dead guy, that they had met in person. Her friends, who had nothing to... Like, which is the one most believable thing. Like, maybe you would lie to your friends about it.
Why would the person... How would she get that information about, like, traumatic events from his childhood from a person catfishing, pretending to be him?
Right. Well, that is relevant to how he actually dies. However...
That's the mystery,
yes, because he hears about this as he's been kidnapped, and he's like, oh, I know who this is because I've only told one person this much stuff about me. Like, there are things that the girlfriend knew that not even his wife knows about. So, he knew exactly who it was, and that's the person that killed him was the person who like made those profiles and stuff. But that's another thing I super object to about the writing in this is that if you are a person who's like using someone's picture and like elements of their identity to catfish other people, there's no need to be that like that specific about it. Like, you can make up all your own shit. Why would you even tell them that you're still married to like sure, you've got pictures on your profile that have your wife and kids in them. Say you're divorced. Like, why would you tell someone she changed the names. None of the names were the same on any of the she being the catfish, which I just whatever. It's a woman. Which I'll get to. It's another thing that's very annoying to me. But
who killed him?
It's a woman.
Okay. Okay, you haven't gotten it yet.
So she changed. She put a different name on every profile, but apparently told every single woman that she spoke to actual biographical information about this man. So why would you do that? like why would you do it that way? It makes no sense at all. Like, you can say anything.
Was she
you want.
like trying to make him look bad by doing this in some way?
No.
What?
She was just lonely.
What?
So let me get to that. So you find out that it's not the kidnapper who killed him, right? So then it turns out one thing I do like about this show is that the actual detectives don't solve one fucking mystery in this whole show. Like, they get
good.
they get it so wrong. It's like three teenagers and his sister who like solved the whole thing.
Their dog.
Yeah.
Turns out it's just pretending. That's the final twist. Is that the whole time it was Scooby-Doo?
So they find out the address of the person who edited these photos to make it look like he was with these women, which is another thing I don't get. Like, there are some loose ends to all of that make no sense. Like, I guess maybe she could have done that editing after they had died to like cover her own ass, right? But like, she planted them on another person's computer as well to like misdirect people, but it just like didn't, like, why would she think to do that? Like, before, anyway, they show up at her house, and it's this, so he works at this like athletic center, and it's the receptionist for the athletic center. She's a woman like probably in her 60s who is married with no children. There's like a big point made out of how like she and her husband like tried, but it wasn't in the cards for them. And no, we're not, no, we keep very busy, but like the whole like ethos of the character is like loneliness and sadness, right, and stuff, but in a way that feels like extremely like, you know, I just found it offensive. Like I don't know, like I don't, and not even necessarily because of like the like kids part of it, but just like, why treat an older woman character like that? Like, why can't she just be like, why can't she just be like a you know, a satisfied, like just a nice person with a normal life? Like, why does she have to have all these like weird fucked up whatevers? So yeah, she like
eloquently put,
she like create weird fucked up whatevers. So she like made all these, she made all these profiles the day after she met him, just like just to see what it felt like to be someone that people noticed, is kind of how she puts it. And then like at one point her husband found out, and that happened to be the same night that the girl was messaging her about like how she was gonna, you know, off herself. And so she was like too upset and emotional, like to like consider that person as a person with feelings, and so she said all those like nasty things that caused all of this to go into motion, right?
That's such a weak, like,
it's so
like
weak.
Motive. It's so weak.
During this entire episode, I was
yelling. You were screaming at your TV or your phone.
I was
your
yelling
picture.
I kept
the little rectangle in the corner of your phone.
I kept yelling to Ian, "This is a bad show," and then I would keep
I love that.
So like, yeah, and it gets just really, I don't know if the person who was writing it got bored or if they had to like scrap an ending and go with this one, but like the last episode feels just like really hastily written. And like they do that thing where like, so it's been weeks at this point since the guy actually died, right? And this woman and her husband live together all the time. They're together every night, but they kidnap one of the guy's kids for reasons that are too convoluted to get into. And they take him to a camper that they have that is like 2 rooms big, right? It's just like some land that they have, and they keep a camper on it. And then they proceed to have like just a full-on expository conversation between the two of them, just in one room of the camper while he's locked in the other. And he can hear everything. And the conversations they're having is like barely any of it was stuff they would not have talked about by now. Like it's like, why did you do it? Like, why would you, like, what, you know, what were your motivations for creating these pages? And then she's like, oh, I'm gonna tell them that. And then she tells her husband very loudly next to the son, like, what she's gonna do next to try to get them out of it again. But he can hear them, like he can clearly hear them. And then they say they're gonna kill him, and so he like breaks a window and runs away because he can hear them. Like, of course he can hear them. So it's just really stupid.
Why
sounds great.
Why would she kill the original guy in the first place?
You know, I feel like I kind of blacked out by that point. He came to their...
Oh, because he figured out based on someone knowing the biographical...
Yes.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that.
How did he know that someone had like the biographical information about him or whatever?
So the guy that kidnapped him told him all these things that his sister had known, right? And one of those things happened to be about a traumatic event that nobody in his life knew about except for him and his sister. Not his wife, not his kids, nobody. But apparently he had told this coworker at one point, because he used to stay late at work all the time, and they would talk.
Wow, you don't tell your wife, but you're going to tell your fucking coworker?
Yeah, what?
They were like close but friends at work. After she had started all these profiles, they started like bonding at work. I don't know if that was like her motives to try to get more info about him or what.
She could have just waited to form a close friendship with her coworker rather than immediately starting to catfish people.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. None of it made any sense, and it was very frustrating. Like I would have rather it turned out to be like there was this really interesting, well, I thought it was kind of cool part where like you've been seeing this son, one of his sons, his older son, like texting with someone all the time, and you think it's like a friend of his, and then you realize like 6 episodes in that he's never met the person he's been texting with, and he's been telling them a lot of things, and like he goes to meet that person by himself because he's suspicious of them. And I was like, oh, this is it, this is gonna be the thing. But it was just this other random, poorly written, like dead end that was just there to extend the length of the series and make you feel like maybe you figured it out, but you didn't. And the writing just was very
rude.
frustrating and how unnatural it was.
You know what? It is rude.
It's rude.
It's absolutely rude.
It's rude.
Listen, this is our one short, precious life. Is it long, and do we forget a lot of it? Yeah. Make it unforgettable. That's your job as a television writer.
That's right.
That's your calling. And it's rude. You're wasting my time. And you're wasting your time. You know what? You're wasting your talent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not mad, we're disappointed.
Yep, that's right. The acting was pretty good. I will say that. And
it's a lot of famous people in it. I'm surprised it blows so hard.
I'm pretty sure that Pia, the sister, her name's Pia. I'm pretty sure that she was Australian in real life. Is that true?
She was Australian.
She is
I will check you. That is not right.
Zoe Kazan.
Where's she from?
She's been in a bunch of stuff.
She's from Los Angeles.
Really?
Close.
Yes.
Close. That's
close.
That's the Australia of America. You know what they always say.
What the fuck? I could have sworn.
I don't know her, but her birthday's the day after mine.
So she's probably...
She's from Down Under. Oh, she's from the Big Sick. Speaking of birthdays...
Oh, wait, is that the star in the Big Sick with Kumail?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, she does look... she looks familiar.
Speaking of birthdays...
Speaking of birthdays.
Baby Ben, your birthday's next week.
Oh my god, Ben!
It's true.
Baby, sweet little baby Ben.
Oh my goodness.
You're turning, what, 5? Little baby?
26.
26.
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah, pretty close.
Wow.
Cute.
Wow. You're getting an...
Text Ben a happy birthday. His number is whatever our way too proud number is. Blaze it. Blaze him a happy birthday.
774-326-0420. Right?
Happy birthday.
It's 774-326-0420. Text Ben happy
That's
birthday.
what I said.
Nice. Good job.
What is it?
Congratulations.
Yeah, so don't be fooled by the tweets. Don't be fooled by the trending.
The rocks that I got.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. Don't be fooled by the trending on Netflix. Like, just, it's not worth your precious, precious time. You'll definitely forget it. So
It was
It's
definitely
one beautiful wildlife.
a bold strat to go on Netflix and just pick the number one trending thing, assuming it would be good.
I don't think I assumed it would be good. I just thought I'd give it a shot.
You know
And
what
you
we say in
did,
our house?
and that's great.
You know what we say in our house when somebody says does something bold?
What?
What?
That's a bold bean. That's a bold bean right there. That's what we say.
Wow.
Because
I
sometimes
love
we have beans with like a little kind of chili powder seasoning. And we call it bold bean.
Wow, that's so nice. You guys are so wholesome.
It's a bold bean right there.
All right, that's it. That's all I have to say about that, and I think that's plenty, honestly.
So, welcome back if you've skipped ahead because you don't want to listen to clickbait spoilers. In summation, Hannah fucking loved it. Can't recommend it enough. 10 out of 10. Great writing.
Yeah.
Great acting. The lead lady is Australian. Check it out.
She's not. I thought she was, but yeah. Everything Erin said, but opposite. Yeah.
You said there was good acting.
Oh, there was good
That's
acting.
what you said.
Yeah, there was good acting. Erin.
So everything.
What's your
so now
obsession?
you don't know what's true and what's false. Unreliable narrator. Okay, I've got an obsession. It's also a TV show. This time one I like. It's not all the way released yet. But it's season 2 of Work in Progress. And I talked about season 1 of Work in Progress in episode 120, This Life is Canon. And when I was... Actually, I was chuckling at the homework. One of the homework items is... Have a nice wife who brings you nicely chunky tea and tells you what the chunks are just in time, parentheses, right when it counts.
Wow.
And I feel like Molly must have brought me...
Chunky.
I'm the only one here with a wife. Molly must have brought me some tea with some chunks in it and told me what they are.
Just in time.
Right when it counts. Just right when it counts.
Right when it
And
counts is one that could be used in everyday. It's not negative though, but it is like kind of weird.
Yeah, right when it counts.
Or right where
it's
it
a little
counts also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could say like, can you put the can you put the money for the car space right where it counts? And you mean the meter.
Where it counts. Casually. Yeah, over there, like in the...
She added it to the list.
Yeah. When it counts or when it counts. It counts. Yeah. I added it to the list right where it counts. So anyway, Work in Progress, like I talked about before, is a show on Showtime. And it, I really don't have too much to say about it, except what I'll say is you can listen to that episode. You can find it on the website right where it counts. And it's just really nice. It stars a comedian, Abby McAnany, McEnany. McEnany, yeah. McEnany. And here's the blurb. Abby is a 45-year-old self-identified fat queer dyke whose misfortune and despair unexpectedly lead her to vibrantly transformative relationship. In a Chicago improv mainstay, Abby McEnany
Nice.
co-created and stars in this uniquely human comedy series. And so what I'll say is season 1 is really great. It's a little devastating. But you know how, like, When Mississippi, which we all loved, season 1 was great but a little devastating, but season 2 was, like, so beautiful and funny and bright and warm. It carried a lot of, like, the smart, intelligent things, but you kind of see your character, who has just gone through an enormous amount of suffering in season 1, start to, like, blossom and evolve. It has feelings like that, where season 2 is just softer around the edges and written like they really got their reps in the first season and just, like, really nailing it, and just, like, so fucking funny and just really great. And this episode came out in February of 2020, which is, I think about that as, like, we were heading up a roller coaster and we didn't even know it, bro. So it's interesting to be on the other side of it. Like, they filmed this, obviously, in the middle of the pandemic or, towards recently ocean. Anyway, it's great. I just really recommend it. Again, I'm going to sec my own rec and check out Work in Progress. It's just really great. And again, season 2 hasn't ended yet. There's only 4 episodes out right now, but they're just awesome.
I think I started the first season, but I don't know if I finished it or not. I'm going to have to go back and check on that. Where do you watch it again?
Cool. Showtime.
Which,
if you don't have, you can add a little sidecar to your Amazon Prime account if you have one of those.
Yeah.
And
a little sidecar.
Little sidecar. And, or you can, like, it was worth it to us because also the L Word Generation Q season 2 is out on Showtime, and so we're killing 2 gay birds with one stone there. We're feeding 2 gay birds with one stone.
Didn't you not like the first L Word Generation Q season?
Okay.
You have to watch it?
Let me tell you. Yeah, it's not like that. It's like, I didn't like it, but I loved it.
Okay.
It's kind of how I felt about the Happy season. It's like, it's not good, but it's so good. It's like really not...
I liked it.
I liked it. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, it's not great, but it's like for me and it's mine. And so, you're kind of contractually obligated to
it's in the contract you sign when you agree to be a gay.
Yeah, when you come out, that's actually quite a lot of paperwork.
Wow.
The coming out form.
It's to get out of the closet. It's like relocate out of the closet. A lot of red tape.
Man, bureaucracy
a lot of television
gets into everything.
And something I really like, I don't know if I mentioned this, something that brings me a lot of just gay joy is that, or queer joy, is that in One Mississippi season 2, why the fuck am I forgetting her fucking name?
Stephanie Allen?
Stephanie Allen's character, which is like herself, watches an episode of The L Word in her like coming out journey, and then goes on to star in real life in L Word Generation Q. And I think that's just like so fucking trippy.
Pretty great.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
I don't think I've actually seen the second season of One Mississippi, which is bizarre.
It's so good. Molly and I, that's the only show.
I don't know if KYLIE has seen the first season. I feel like I watched it alone.
All right. Well, y'all have some long weekend homework.
Well, we also have a lot of Tasky Masky to watch, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I would say put Tasky Masky on pause and watch One Mississippi, because number one,
Mississippi.
you're gonna be.
Fuck yes. I'm so glad we both did that.
I left an uncharacteristically long pause, and I
really thought you were setting up for it too.
I really wasn't. Like, you're gonna miss Tasky Masky when it's gone. Mm-hmm. So I think it's maybe a good pause, you know, to kind of stretch it out. But also, like, it's so good and just really, really wonderful. And I think that's the only show we finished the last episode of season 2, and we started the season over, like right then and there.
Wow.
We just it ended, and we were like, let's watch the season again.
Amazing.
It feels like forever ago that came. When did that second season come out?
Yeah, I don't know, but let me look in our topic index to talk about when we talked about it.
I believe it was pre-Louis C.K. stuff happening, because I remember that show, despite Louis C.K. not really being involved in actually making it, the fact that he was named as an executive producer on it made it so that it got kind of unfairly tied up in all of his bullshit, and I believe it got canceled because of that, if I remember correctly.
But but you need to watch the second season, because we talk about it, but it's not listed in the topic index. We talk about it in episode 4, Personality Test Sarah Waters Engineering Senior Project, and episode 3,
and
episode 21, Definitely Robots.
Yeah. Which is when it got canceled. And that was January 2018. Yeah.
Season 2's plot line, it's like they have a proxy for Louis C.K. wherein they like talk about what happened. But it's
really?
with a different person. It's like a podcast producer type guy, but it's like that storyline. Mm-hmm. It's like unmistakably about Louis C.K.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you call that when you have a character who's like a proxy for somebody else?
You don't know how to
life?
say that?
Allegory?
I don't know how to say this, but
a character that's based off
an analog?
Oh yeah.
An analog, yeah. Thank you, Ben.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes. Watch One Mississippi. Extra plug for everyone, but especially Ben and KYLIE. Thank you.
Wow.
Cool. Should we do homework?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excuse me. Ben, what's your homework?
My homework is listen to Phoebe Bridgers.
Cool. What's your favorite? What's the album?
I do have beef with every time I say her last name, it feels like it's just a few too many things. Because it's like Bridge, and then also Bridger, and then it's, there's an S too, Bridgers. It's kind of a lot, so maybe she should shorten it.
Yeah. Remove all extraneous S's from
Phoebe.
names.
I know you're listening, Phoebe, but yeah, absolutely.
She comes from a long line of Bridgers. Of those who bridge.
Yeah. Punisher, I think I actually like Stranger in the Alps more than Punisher overall, but they're both really good. And go on a journey with me of listening to boygenius as well. Mm-hmm. And Kyoto is her best song in my opinion. Carry on.
Cool.
Oh, my Twitter is Nicely for Ben. My Twitch is Disco Greg.
Neat.
Now carry on.
My homework is maybe don't watch Clickbait. Hopefully you got what you needed from my segment if you stayed around for it.
I'm gonna start ending all my segments like that.
Hopefully
you got what you needed.
Maybe play some dots, see how long you can go without spending money on the apps. And my Twitter and Instagram are at Anthropology. My TikTok is Hannah and her cats. I have started posting cat videos again, to the delight of my 4 followers.
To their absolute delight.
They've been clamoring for it. So Ben, do you know Kylie's on TikTok now?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been on Talk for a while. It's called Talk Talk.
Just like mention that.
Oh my god. I just also, I feel like I said she was and you said she wasn't. No. Okay, well, we just started following each other.
You were insisting that Molly was on TikTok. And I was telling you she was absolutely not on TikTok.
Okay, well, now we follow each other. So I send her memes.
Not Molly, for the record, who's still not on
Molly.
TikTok.
Are Molly and Kylie not the same person?
Wait, hold on. Why... Does that explain why she keeps having to, like, commute somewhere? Is that where she's going? Yeah. That got weird.
And, let me see. Oh, also, it's so fun. This week, she'll probably never hear this, but big shout out to my friend Alana from college, who, found me on TikTok because I was in her, like, phone contacts. And so it just, like, served her up this video of Ian and me, like, smashing a 3D printed, like 2020 on New Year's Eve. And she recognized my laugh and was like, oh, this brings me back, and like liked it and followed me and like texted me and one of our other friends about it, and it was really nice to reconnect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm on TikTok.
Just Squeaks causing a scene.
Huh? Oh, can you see her?
Mm-hmm. She's causing a whole scene.
Look at that. She's right over my shoulder. Wow. What a lady.
Wow. Whoa, she's a lady.
You know why she's doing that? Because
her and Phoebe Bridgers, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Classic ladies.
She's doing that because I'm supposed to feed them at 10 and it's now 10:22. So
wow.
Oh, there she goes. Okay, so and then what else about me? I'm on Twitch at Anthropology. I don't stream very often, but you could still follow me there. It's still there. And then also, Erin, what's your homework?
My homework is to check out Work in Progress on Showtime, and season 1 and season 2 partial of it. And I guess if you're already on that Showtime, I guess watch The L Word. I would, if you didn't watch the original L Word, you're gonna want to watch it, or check out some like comprehensive YouTube video to catch you up, because there are several. But also watch One Mississippi, Ben, you flip. Season 2, it's so good. Okay, great. Thank you for your time.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, if you want to call us or text us, tell us your obsession, tell Ben happy birthday, you can do all of that at our phone number at 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
You can follow us on Twitter at 2broadpod, on Instagram at way2broad. You can email us at way2broad@gmail.com. If you missed any of that, you can find all of the links and contact information and our topic index and everything at our website at way2broad.com or way2bod.com or nameyourselfjame.com. Those will all take you where you need to be, right where it counts.
Right where it counts.
For anything you want. Earnben.com for anything you need. Maxfun.org for a cute dog on a boat. Thank you so much to Eamon for creating our intro and outro music and an entire song around it. Go check them out at bandcamp.com/album/zsides. That has the full cut of our theme song in it, as well as a bunch of other wonderful things. And they're also on Twitter at AEMYN. A wonderful person. And
it's a really cool name.
I know. I love that name.
Yeah.
I've always loved that name. I had a huge crush on a guy named Eamon when I was like 12.
Wow.
I was
Brings you back.
13. I was like taking classes.
When you were 12, when you were 13?
Maybe I was 15. I don't know. I was taking classes at a local community college in Florida, so I must have been like 13.
Okay, you probably weren't 12.
I was young. It was like a bridge class or something like that. Like,
I was in community college and had a crush on a 13-year-old boy named David.
No. Well, we moved when... nobody needs to hear this. We moved when I was 15, so it has to have been before that. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. So, I keep forgetting to light a podcast candle because I'm in a different place.
I lit one because I had a feeling.
Thank you, Erin. Okay, the podcast candle...
I thought you say is now and then I blow.
The podcast candle is now extinguished. Hey, bye. Thanks for listening. Sweet dreams.
You're welcome for listening.